Wake that ass up.
Early in the morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ Envy, Angela Yee, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. We got a special guest on the line right now. Just finished the verses. Just finished it being in the club last night. And now he's up with us. Jeezy, Big Snow.
Good morning. Yeah, Big Snow.
How you feel this morning, Big Snow?
I mean, I'm just really a lot went on last night as far as, just the album coming out, definitely verses and just running around, just doing promos. So I ain't came to grips with nothing yet. It's all together. It's like a blur, baby.
What was your plan for verses last night? Did you have a plan? Because you knew what records he was going to play, or you could assume what records he was going to play. So what was the plan?
I mean, the plan was how I felt. My songs are my life, so that's with anybody. I'm quite sure any artist feel that way. But like for me, like I know what I put my blood, sweat, and tears into my music, so I could have played any songs. Like that wasn't the case, but it was just how I was gonna feel when to see what type of emotions any of these records brought back up that either one of us played. You know what I'm saying? So it was more of a mental thing for me. And it took a lot for me mentally because I'm in a place in my career where like I am from the streets, you know what I'm saying? And I have done and said a lot of things, and I just had to make a decision, like, either it's gonna be about, what I see going on and how I can contribute to letting people understand like it's bigger than us. We didn't the goal wasn't to get rich, to take, just for all the things you see, what's going on in the world today, like that Vaughn thing really touched me. That did, I know Dirk well, I was actually proud of them, and it just like, it was surreal to get that call. Them kids, man, them babies, you know what I'm saying? Like, and it ain't gotta be that way, you know what I'm saying? So it was a lot of that, and what happened to MO3, what happened to Boosie. At the time, it's like it was a crazy week, and you just watching all these things happen, and you just like, damn, it's just real, you know what I'm saying? And it's just like, it's an unselfish moment, right. It's like a catch-22 because you have some people like, yo, man, you could have, but it's like, dog, like, I don't know what to tell you. Like, I'm rich, you know what I'm saying? I'm grown, and I want to see everybody. I want to see all y'all live to make it to be at a position like myself. So I'm not gonna tell you nothing different. So it was that, it was real, bro. Because you could have walked away, and it could have been all bad.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And it's like my legacy of my people.
Let me tell you something, Jeezy. I'm proud of you. I'm glad you didn't lead with ego last night. You didn't move off emotion. You moved with strategy. And like you just said, you made a conscious decision to leave the bullshit to the side. Do you think last night will lead to a real moment of healing between you and Gucci?
I do. Because as men, you know what I'm saying? You gotta understand, it's been going on almost a decade, or 2 decades. And there was a point where we were cool. You know what I'm saying? And I just think everybody got in the middle of us. And, not to say what happened or try to, the real shit that went on, like, that's just something me and him gonna have to, figure out later on. But for y'all, it's just like, I understand that the more and more and more and more it goes on, the worse it's gonna be because we like the forefront of it. So anybody behind us think that's the way to go. So it was like, for me, it's just like, we just got to see, time heals all, right. But that was the effort. It's just like, it's front of the world. Like, you know what I'm saying? It ain't even for show. It's real life. It's just like, we both got to come to grips with that. You know what I'm saying? Like, we both got to really be men.
Well, break down the core, how it happened. I know you came on the Breakfast Club a week ago and you said, the first battle was supposed, you reached out to Gucci, you had Swiss reach out to Gucci, and he respectfully declined. And then it was supposed to be the T.I. So when did things change? How did that happen?
I mean, to be honest with you, like, from what I hear, he did respectfully decline, which I respect. You know what I'm saying? No disrespect. And I guess he looked at it the way I looked at it, just like, yo, bro, like, there ain't nobody else they want to see us with, and for once, at least mentally, it can be about the music. And two, instead of it just being me and him and our personal feelings, is like, now you got the world watching. So I felt like, as a man, I wasn't going to, not do it because of what happened because that's what the platform is for.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, you know, you get to referee it and the people, because look how big that was. And I didn't realize it until midway, but look how big, because it was more so like, yo, we're going to have to sit in the same room. It's got to happen. And look how big what we started 20 years ago, 15 years ago, how big it got to, is almost like the whole world had to sit us down and be like, okay, so what y'all going to do?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
And that wasn't the first time you and Gucci tried to reconcile over the years, though.
Right. I mean, you know, it's always got to that point we you know what I'm saying, like, tried, you know what I mean? But it just like, responsibly, now it's like, if you go back on your word, it ain't just me and, you know, somebody you know who's trying to figure it out, is the whole world. So as men, it's just like, we look crazy.
Right.
Either we're going to leave it where it's at, and that's the whole thing. Like, look, we're going to leave it here. And Magic City, I chose Magic City because it was legendary for me. You know, rest in peace to DJ Nando. Like, my whole career was broke there. When I was going there, spending my money and doing the things I was doing to get my career up, it started there. You know, and a lot of the things that happened with us started there. You know what I'm saying? So it was almost like, we're going to go in this building. It's mutual. We both know what it is, and we're going to walk in as men, and we can walk out as men or not. You know what I'm saying? And my choice was walk out as a man, and I feel like at the end of it, you know, that was the choice on both sides.
Mm-hmm.
Now, there were some disrespectful moments, so I wanted to ask you, what was going on through your head, and how did you maintain your composure?
Well,
I looked at it like, you know, we ain't sixth graders. You know, like, we're not kids. Like, you can't antagonize me with something that that we both understand, you know, because I'm not in the same mental space as I was 20 years ago, and nor can I let you take me there. You know what I'm saying? Like, that that would have been the biggest upset in my life, because I have self-control and I'm very self-aware. And it's just like, hold up, man. Like, if that was the case, we might well not even came here. You know what I'm saying? So in my mind, I didn't feel no way about it, because I've already heard the songs. I already know what the situation, people may think of the situation, and you know that as well. So you can't antagonize me with that, you know, live, and think that you're going to get a response, because I'm not that same person I was 20 years ago, when that's how things spiraled out of control anyway.
Right.
It's like, I've practiced. I've done and anybody know anything about me, like Charlamagne, you know, like, I've took the last 10 years to better myself because of a lot of things that happened in my life. Mm-hmm. And I just promised myself I would never put myself in those positions again, because when you react and somebody gets you off your square, and you acting out of anger or you acting out of anxiety, it's normally not the right decision. And I'm from the gutter. Like, listen, tell you something, that I'm from the gutter.
I've been there.
Man, every day I've fought, you know, I've worked, I've grinded, I've did everything, to get my people and myself, you know, out of that. And I can't let my anger take me back there. So for me, it was more so like, it was a moment of truth for me. It got
a little sticky. I ain't gonna front. It got a little sticky.
You can really
it was a lot of
go
tension.
in and be who you are. You gotta be somebody you never, you know, became, and just be like, yo, man, at this point, I can't even do that with you. So I'm gonna be the mature person in this situation. Say, dog, like, I'm not finna go back and forth with you in front of the world about something that we could have talked about in our personal space and worked out. So it was a hard decision. Like, I came front. Like, it was like one of those things. Like, damn, man. Like, and I don't do disrespect easy, but it's just like, for them kids that I'm seeing dying, and for these mamas, and, you know, for this shit to be happening, and, you know, and you watching, it's like they don't even care. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I gotta at least care. And that was my position. Like, I care about them more than I care about how people gonna look at me. So that's the decision I had to make. I had to take the disrespect to be like, yo, man, listen, and just draw the line there.
I said, I believe you and Gucci still got trauma from that whole situation.
Absolutely.
And have you ever put yourself in Gucci's shoes? Like you have to know why he feels that way.
Oh, I mean, not to, you know, because street code and street ethics is that, you know what I'm saying? So not to get into it, because it's still a lot there and it's fresh. That's the conversation. Like that's where it get real grown man at, and I'm not opposed to that. At this point, I'm not opposed to any of that.
Well, congratulations. Y'all broke a record last night. I mean,
Hold on, I want to hear him talk about it. You said you're not opposed to what, Gooch?
Having that conversation to see, to see how his whole take on all, just even the chain of events was.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Because there's been times where I'm quite sure he probably felt, like, you just never know. Everybody, it was tense. I'm saying throughout these years. So I'm quite sure he don't know how I look at it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So that's a real conversation we got to have as men.
now I was gonna ask. Last night y'all had the after party. Did y'all go to both? Right. Y'all go to after party? Were y'all in the section where y'all had different sections? What was the conversation after versus when y'all pieced it up? Did y'all have a conversation after, or was it just we don't have to say anything? We know what it is.
No, for me, like we was it was a party. It was Atlanta, man. You can't, you know how it is. I mean, I had to get out. I stayed, but I ain't seeing no mask for me.
Ain't no COVID in Atlanta.
Ain't no COVID.
They had the vaccine already.
I'm like, my God. I start getting paranoid, like you see it in the air.
Mm-hmm.
But no, it was crazy. So it wasn't that. And just so y'all know, like, just out of being a real one, out of being a solid person, like I can't speak on something that happened almost 8 hours ago with clarity that I haven't sat down and really thought about. So I don't want to say nothing, you know what I'm saying,
right.
that ain't real, you know what I'm saying? And I just got to get clarity for myself because I got to play that out how it played out for me too as well.
I just got a couple more questions about that situation. Do you regret anything you said on Stay Strapped?
I got to be honest with you, like, Charlamagne, like I came to rest with that so long ago, bro. I don't even listen to it. You know what I mean? Like, to me, it's like, obviously I felt like that one day. I did, but that was 15 years ago. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, I wrote a lot of songs 15 years ago. I ain't thinking about that,
And Jeezy, how much real estate do you own in Atlanta?
A lot. a lot. A lot. I'm probably one of the top, if not the top. I know, especially for what I do, that owns real estate downtown, midtown, throughout Atlanta. Like, that's a big thing for me. A lot of people don't know that because it's quiet for me, but I've been on it. I own city blocks. You name it. It's crazy, but that's like I said again. That's who I am as a person. Like, I'm into things like that. I just don't talk about them all the time. So you just got to be from that world to know. So when like that, Jeezy, real estate.
I mean, we have those conversations, but when you said it last night, you was like, I own half Atlanta. I thought it was funny.
Yeah, but I mean, I was being real though. I was like, hey man, I don't have 20 chains. I ain't got time to buy stuff like that. And it's hard taking them things off. But I tell you, when it comes to those houses, and those subdivisions and those duplexes, I mean, we can get into that, all day. We love it. Only person I probably, me and Envy need to get in there and go back and forth. You know what I'm saying? Anytime you want to do it, Envy.
I got it. I got a couple schools. I'm ready.
You got a song on the new album, Recession 2, called Nigga.
Yeah.
Now, I'm going to ask you a really foolish question because I know the answer. But what inspired that record?
Hold on. Let's do that when we come back. We're going to do that when we come back. Matter of fact, let's get into the song right now.
If a nigga would have walked in there last night, it would have been all bad.
Hold on.
Now, what inspired that, Jeezy?
Off my new album, The Recession. It's crazy. When I first heard the beat, I just automatically thought of School Days and Nigga-Fied Nigga. You know what I'm saying? I actually reached out to Spike Lee to shoot a video. He didn't pick up the phone. Spike called me, man. You know what I'm saying? I know you out there popping bottles, celebrating Joe Biden, but you need to get at your dog. I just personally felt like, that's the crazy thing, bro. Like, as a black man and somebody that's been in all those situations, I always just strive to be better. Not to say I can't be me, but it's just certain things that you do that what kind of tendencies those are, and it's okay. But that don't mean you got to be that way all the time. And that's why a lot of us don't get invited into the right rooms or the right functions or the right things, because we don't know how to turn it off. And my thing is, you know, at some point you got to have balance with it, and that's okay. You know what I'm saying? You can't just be one way. So the things that I'm mentioning on the song is basically the things you do when you in that mode. So just when you get something, you like, oh, that's me. You doing nigga shit. You know what I'm saying?
Did you really go to Popeyes and order legs and they gave you all thighs though?
Nigga do that shit all the time. I'm like, damn. Don't mad at me about your job, dog. I get it. You know what I'm saying? But it's those things, but it just remind you of, you know, what we do as a culture, just because we feel like it's okay and it's the easy way. So, and no disrespect to, you know, my people, but it's just like some of it, you know, you got to be able to grow out of it. You know what I mean? Keep a little bit, but grow out of it. Because you can't, you know, you've been somewhere, you've been out, and they walk in and you just see like, oh man, go to niggas. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause you already know there might be some problems. I've been that person before. When I walked in the building, everybody was tense. You know what I mean? It just, I didn't know how to show. You know, Envy. I show up to functions, 100 people with me. It don't take that to come to an event. You know what I'm saying? You know, it don't take, you know, like, I mean, you know, if somebody invite me to a nice dinner, you know, I can't, you know, a nice dinner and it's intimate and I'm busting down blunts and leaving them on the table and rolling my weed while we have a conversation. You know, it's just certain things you got to have etiquette.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Now let's talk about Therapy for My Soul.
Yeah.
Let's talk about that record. Now you break a lot down in that record.
Is there anything else to talk about in the record? I felt like I said enough. You know what I'm saying? Well, it's one of those things, like, you know what I mean? Charlamagne talked about therapy, man. Like, even with this situation with Gucci, like, I just wanted to clear the air, man. I'm just tired of walking around with all this baggage, man, and this mystique and these storylines that everybody think they know. And I'm a man of integrity, man. Like, I just can't deal, like, and I did it for 2 decades, but I just can't deal with the false narratives. You know what I'm saying? Because you're right. I see things the way I see it. And sometimes, you know, I could be in the wrong, and other times I might not. But if you're not going to sit down and have a conversation with me about it so we can work it out and figure it out, then we're not communicating. So when I'm hearing and doing all these things and I'm minding my business and trying to build my empire for my loved ones and my employees and the people that's in my circle and all these things going on, it cuts deep when you have integrity. So you have to just keep it. Because I've been quiet my whole career, Charlamagne, you know that. And I felt like that was the problem. I don't talk to nobody about that. So even when me and Charlamagne was talking, he was telling me about what therapy does, I'm like, I can't talk to nobody about this shit. And the next thing was, shit, let me just write it down. Because I heard that helps. I just got my pad and I just started writing down how I felt and why I felt like this didn't go the way it should have went. And before I knew it, I had a song. And when I recorded it, I felt better. And then when the world got it, I don't know, I woke up and I just felt lighter, man. Like, I mean, that's my truth. I'm done. Like, I don't got nothing else to say about nothing.
Gotcha.
It is what it is. I said what I said. And normally when you go sit down and talk to your therapist, they don't call you when you leave and be like, yeah, you remember you was talking about that. It's like,
right.
It's just like, I felt like the world was my therapist. And I just, everything I had, everything that was in me that I felt there was like a blockage or a weight, I just said, yo, this is it. You know what I'm saying? I'm done. Like, I don't even want to talk about this no more. I don't even want to get into it no more. I know everybody gonna have things to say, but it's like, I'm done. I'm grown. If you want to see me, like, it is what it is, but that's how I feel.
That's the wild thing about healing, though. Healing is funny, man. Some days you're going to feel like that, and then some days you're going to feel like them same, you know, eternal wounds are still hurting. You know?
Now, it's crazy because, you know, trauma is real.
That's right.
It's a real thing, and a lot of things in my life that happened, you know, I to be honest with you, I started feeling like all these things were blocking people around me I love from their blessing. Even of me being vulnerable and open and honest, because I've been guarded so long, you know what I'm saying? Because I've been burnt so many times, and it's just like, I don't want to do things for people that I know I could and should do, because I feel like they're going to burn me at some point, because that's been the history of it. And I'm like, until I get these things off me, I'm going to block people of their blessings that really love me and really want to see the best, or really want me to be my best, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm guarded. And it's just like, nah, man, just put it in the air, get that karma off. You know, let's start new, let's start fresh. We got an oil change. and let's roll, you know.
Man, I think the best is yet to come for you and Gucci, man. Because there is no timestamp on Trauma, but like when he said last night, I'm happy you extended the olive branch, and I accepted. I was like, man, them brothers about to really get, I think, to a good place. Could you see yourself doing more business, going on tour?
Album, mixtape.
I'm gonna tell you how far we came, and this with my ego aside, I ain't got none. Like I said, we've had situations where I came in that club, he came in that club. Back in the day, everybody was tense and all this was going on, bro, like at a real time. But for me to hear him say on the stage that you extended the olive branch, let me know where we're headed. I would have never thought in a million years I would have heard that type of verbiage out of his mouth, Magic City, about where we are. You extending the olive branch. Think about that.
Yeah, and he accepted. He said you extended, and I accepted. Yeah.
And that's I would, but just look at the irony of that. He's saying olive. He understands that. But look how many times we went out in the world to come back where we started to say, you know what, I seen that. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, damn. I mean, what could you say?
I hope it leads to business. I hope it leads to a mixtape, an album, and y'all go on tour. And y'all just take all that money.
And then y'all did.
By the way, even with and I don't, like I said, I don't want to talk too much because it's all fresh. But even for the people that support us, it's like divided.
You got to take a side.
People like, I'm gonna keep it real. Like if I'm honest, like. Shit, that's the first time I heard Icy. It was in a while and be like, hey, all right, cool. This could actually sound good. Now I can listen to Icy again. And it was just good, man. If I'm honest, it was good.
Are the DJs okay with each other now? They was going.
It's all that.
They were going at it last night.
I was like, damn.
I hit them both last night. Like, chill out, man.
Just to see how somebody else's run-ins or disagreements can make other people around you act. Even in the hip hop culture of what we do. You know what I mean? DJs that probably didn't even play my music because they felt like they rock with him. Or how many artists who really love what I do wouldn't even come rock with me because it's a line.
Right.
So you messing with everybody's money, you messing with everybody's legacy, and it's all because of how two individuals feel about each other. So you're drawing a line. And one thing I can say, and I'm not trying to be Malcolm X and Martin Luther King up here, but listen, man, I've seen people from Harvard and Yale get money together. I've seen people from IBM and Apple get money together, bro. At the end of the day, this shit about taking care of your family, living long enough to spend some of this money, man, going to see the world, going to do the things that you dreamed of doing, and nothing else really matter. You know what I'm saying? Taking care of your family, like everything else in between is noise. And if me and bro can get past, take that first step past that should be an example for everybody out here. Like, wherever you at with it, if it's some way to figure it out, you might want to try that, because just think about how much music has been left on the table, how many celebrations, you know what I mean? Like how many tours that didn't happen because people wanted him on a tour and didn't want to meet. You know what I mean? It's weird, bro. You know what I'm saying? And we grown. I mean, come on, in 10 years I'll be, you feel me?
Right. Well, we appreciate you guys, man. The verses last night was amazing. The album Recession 2 is out right now. Make sure y'all go stream it.
And like I said, I hope this leads to some real healing between you and Gucci, man. And salute to everybody. Salute to Larry Jackson and P and everybody who assisted in
let me say that
putting
too,
this together.
Yeah, P, Solo, Larry Jackson, everybody that was, working behind the scenes to make amends. And look, man, it's, maturity, dog. Like, it's a step in the right direction. Like, let's see where it leads us. I'm optimistic, and I truly believe that. And let me say that because I said I wouldn't talk about this until I give praise, but I feel like God made everything come full circle, from even, having Swissdom create that platform and us to be able to use it to bring, our culture and our people together to say, hey, look, this is bigger than us. And we're gonna show you that. So thanks to God for even bringing that back full circle.
Yeah, shout to Swizz, shout to Timberland, man. That platform is amazing. And thank you guys. We appreciate you, Jeezy.
All right, so love.
Peace, King.
All right, it's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. Rumors on the way.